Welcome! Welcome indeed. And let's continue playing Geiken some more. I have been given some solutions to this puzzle, which is by the creator. Puzzle which is quite complicated from what I've been told. We will try to figure this puzzle out by possibly the least amount of helpful tips. And if we cannot figure it out, then we will check more tips. Yes, let's continue a bit more, because this game is relaxing and I'm doing stuff in bulk, kind of, not really, just a couple of videos at a time. So let's do that. Let's see here. It says, and now I notice it now, that the names on the... I might have noticed it if I watched it long enough, but that would probably be pretty boring to watch. The names, as I'm being told, I'm correct with the code being related to the graves. Except the names on the graves have more meaning to them than I initially noticed. The names are words, except they are slightly... the letters are not put correctly, so it's of the... For example, here it's of the... the number of on this name. So if we put these names together, we get a tip for what we are supposed to be looking, and that is the number of signs from eyes of dragon is the way of the dead walk. The number of signs from eyes of dragon is the way of the dead walk. The number of signs from the eyes of dragon is the way the dead walk. We look for a dragon. I think there was a dragon statue somewhere here. Yes. And now we are looking for the number of signs from the number of signs from the eyes of the dragon. Not sure what that means. Oh, there's 1, 2, 3 signs here, I think, unless it means something else. Wait, no, because because the dragon cannot see upwards, I think. These are stairs going upwards, so does that mean there would be only one sign? But what do we do with this? The number of signs. I'm looking at the second bit. The first important bit of that phrase is the number of signs. Okay, looks like I overthought this. I thought it meant how many signs the eyes of the dragon can see, but I would not have figured it out. It actually means only the first part matters, so it's 5 signs apparently. Where's the 5th sign? There's 1, 2, 3. So the sign which is on the other screen also counts. I also would have not figured it out, I think. But to be fair, the author did say that this puzzle was convoluted. He did say that this puzzle was convoluted, so that's acceptable, I think. Apparently, these were earlier puzzles. It's not a bad puzzle. I like the puzzles in this game so far. They are fairly interesting. They aren't just simplistic. There's interesting elements to them. I like them. But they might be a bit too complicated. But they are nice. I like the design, generally. Let's see. The second bit corresponds to a dragon. Well, there is this dragon. Wait. It is like I thought. It does matter how many eyes are how many signs are seen by the dragon. Number of dragon signs, which is 5 from the eyes of dragon, meaning the statue means essentially walk 5 steps in front of the dragon. Okay, that is really convoluted. I have to agree with you. What was the name? What was the name? I agree with you, Orgaya. This is really convoluted. No, so... Yeah, yes, this is pretty convoluted. There is no way I would have figured this out, even in a year of trying, probably. It's my guess. On the final step, you should be able to activate a button. But it's not this 5 steps either. Is it this 5 steps? No. I'm confused here. Now it finds the button? Maybe I was pressing in the wrong spot. Yes, I would not have figured this out or found this. I don't think I would. There's a switch hidden amongst the bushes. Press. Yes or no? Yes. And the dragon did move. Let's see if we will need any further tips, or if we can figure out the rest by ourselves. Can I be... Yeah, I can be heard. It's just this audio seems to have switched... It switched order for some reason. In OBS, Open Broadcaster, I'm using Open Broadcaster. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. Let's see, what do we find here? I don't really like to use a walkthrough, but that was really convoluted. I would not figure that out. What is this? This is twitching. Is this supposed to be twitching? Or is this a bug? Switching red from this side. No, this is just glitching into a lantern. Or Gaia, I think I found a bug here. Is this a bug? It looks like a bug. In fact, there's a lot of light sources in this game that are slightly bugged. There's nothing big, just forgot to fix the directions when interacting. Actually, I don't know. Why is this even interactive? I don't know. Doesn't matter. It literally doesn't bother me at all. doors, just pointing it out that it exists. It sounds like a door open somewhere. Doors open somewhere. Can we find open doors? Why is this labyrinth here? I'm gonna guess that this crypt, maybe this crypt opened, because there is this crypt here. Yes, I was correct on this one. And there's a tablet here. The Eastern Cross awaits for the third in its side to be opened. Eastern Cross. Wait. What? Waits for the third in its side to be opened. Is it this or this or this? Or this or this? Or maybe this? Something third of its side. Wait, that's not Eastern. I'm stupid. That is Eastern. Let's try from this. I've set on its side, so maybe here. No? Well, I could just go and press everything if I wanted to, I guess. This is one convoluted puzzle, indeed. Waits for the third in its side to be opened. What third in its side? It's not this. I'm pressing everywhere here. I'm finding nowhere. Nothing. Maybe here? No. Not this either. I have no idea again what this is supposed to mean. I feel like I'm pressing everywhere. Looks like we have to look another solution. I have a... I'm going to need to post less of these videos. Because I've been posting like a bunch of hours every day of it. And it's a bit too much, I think. Maybe I can limit this to like an hour of games per day, that maximum. Because I'm a little bit overdoing it there, I think. I will check this solution here. What does this mean? What is this supposed to mean? went to the dungeon. The lever opens the door to the shed. Inside a plaque that will mention... Wait, before I read this, is there something in this shack that we can press? I don't think so, no. There is nothing. I don't think there is anything in this shack to press, so... Now let's check what this help here says. Because I have no idea, again. The only reference to cross in the... Inside the plaque that will mention a cross and the word third. The only reference to a cross in the village are the two cross statues in the cathedral. Yeah, but these here are crosses as well. These are crosses. Mr. Author, these 6 here are crosses. We have references to cross. It doesn't say cross, but it's obviously a cross. So obviously the assumption is it's the message in this shed means one of these crosses. Except the guy tells me it's a cross in here. I would not have figured it out, probably, ever. Does this mean... am I mixing something now? Am I mixing something now? 2 cross statues in the cathedral, and the third from its side refers to the seat. That is extremely convoluted. That was seriously convoluted. There is no way I would figure out that it means this cross in this building and that I'm supposed to be pressing on seats. Huh. Yeah, it's... I mean, it makes sense now that I read about it, but this is not easy to figure out, or I don't know if it's even possible to figure out without somebody telling me. It's not a bad puzzle, but it needs better indication of what it's talking about. Huh. Not sure how to... Maybe rather than cross, make it some kind of chair or something unique here, which is not a cross. I definitely thought it meant the 6 crosses up there. It wouldn't even register in my mind that these are crosses. So usually these are just like decoration. And yeah. I like the general idea of the puzzle. And the execution is not wrong either, just... I think it needs better hints, maybe, in the game. Maybe better hints would help. I wouldn't scrap the puzzle entirely. I think it's a decent puzzle, just better hints. Maybe some slight adjustment at best, but other than that, it's... I like the puzzle. I like the puzzles. Even if this was extremely convoluted, I like it. It can be made better, I think. While keeping it in the way it is, for the most part. Overall, I quite like the design of this game. It's obvious that it's lacking some filling, but what is there? The frame is very nice. It's a very solid game, I think. Very nice. Wonderful. Wonderful even. Writing is pretty nice too, overall. The music, it's all relaxing. It looks like we have another puzzle here. And we reach another exit randomly. Or is this the same exit? Have we looked around? Let's speed this up a bit. Because I'm curious. This is another place. No, it's the same place. So this is a puzzle. And we need to figure out a way to not loop around in this puzzle. It's suggested that there's something more with this phrase about dead walking. Let's just read that phrase again. The number of signs. The number of signs from the eyes of the dragon is the way of the dead walk. It's probably something about what we are supposed to choose. Yeah, this is a puzzle. Can I figure this out though? How can this relate to the signs? So there was written, there's the hint saying that the third bit of the phrase is a reference to something a bit later. And it's the whole phrase was the number of signs from eyes of the dragon is the way of the dead walk, and that below there is probably the dead walk. So the signs must also relate to which directions we must choose in that maze thing, but I'm not sure if I can figure out how to do that, or rather how exactly this code translates. Could be like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, and 1. Let's try 1, 2, 1, 1. But I also don't know which direction it means. Could be from any direction, which is a problem. I can give it a try, but if I don't figure it out, for the sake of not spending another half an hour figuring it out, I probably checked more hints, because I have some more. There was 1, 2, 1, and 1. Unless this means the bottom one. Doesn't look like it's this. So I have no idea. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I have no clue. I have no clue. Let's see what the hints tell me then. Well, yes, basically looks like I will have these hints will solve this for me. This is really complicated. Upon entering this dungeon, you'll notice that it's called Dead Walk. I actually didn't even notice that. I'm sorry. Now I see it's Dead Walk. But I figured it out that it's probably Dead Walk. I didn't pay it. Focusing, I guess if you focus on the center of the screen, it kind of just, you can kind of miss the details on the sides. It's troubling. Just an observation of playing and talking in general. No, not, I don't mean the specific game. Well, let's see what this says that it meant. Has been referred to the phrase on the graves, and you'll notice it's called Dead Walk, which has been referred to by the phrase on the grave and from the note the woman from earlier gave you. What note? I didn't even remember there was a note. Oh, there was. Who gave me this note? Oh right, the witch gave me a note. Yeah, and I remember now. True. For those who wish to walk the dead, follow the news. Okay, that is simple enough. I don't need a guide for that one. Yes, I can figure that one. That is instantly understandable to me anyway. Someone else might be stumped on it. Because people get stumped on different things. But this one was pretty understandable to me. Yes. See, I figured this one out. But I wouldn't have connected this to the note. Because I didn't even remember there was a note. Maybe if I were playing the game in one go, then I would remember that more easily. It's more difficult when I don't play in one go, but like in half an hour or an hour per day. Then you can forget things like that. I'm kind of used to playing games in one go. All the way, even if it takes 20 hours. Can do that on video, obviously, while talking, or my voice would just cry. Plus, it wouldn't be interesting to watch. It's more interesting to watch when you can interact with me and tell me something or another. Until your key. Until your key. This is the key to the Dungeon of Grass. I remember Antelio at the very least, where it was. It was the grassy dungeon to the south. It's the grassy dungeon to the south. I've been recording I have been recording a lot today, like maybe 6 hours of different games. So I will be uploading tomorrow and after tomorrow. And I can focus on some other things which I need to do. But only, generally there's only one episode of this game, for example. Just so I can interact with OwMeEye, the lovely author that OwMeEye is, creator. Perhaps we have underestimated you. Not many people have been able to solve all the puzzles to get to that key, while I certainly wasn't able to. So you didn't know. You knew all along? Say nothing. So you did know. We all know. Distant voice. Finding the key Finding the key is a test to separate those who are able to pass Antelio's trials from those who are not. Elder. It's this white boy who we've seen in the first town, Perrin. Allow me to postulate the percentage of your success. No need. No need. You and the rest of Geiken already know that I have been making zero progress. Because it is fantasy, Archon is dead. Forgive me my impudence, Elder. My requests will cease now. I will follow Perrin into Antelio now that he has the key. I came immediately and specifically upon receiving word that he had made his way here. I have recorded an insane amount of 6 hours today. So tomorrow and after tomorrow I will be taking some rest from that. But I will be uploading files. Uploading some more videos. What are you talking about? Women, right? Still with the women. The key you possess is vital to venturing further into Antelio. However, due to Geiken law, members are unable to pursue the subject of Antelio without outside aid. That seems odd and counterintuitive. Yes. Yes, it does. The Geiken was founded to protect Archon's library from outside influence. We already know how to access the chambers. The tests would be made pointless if we already knew. But you said you're protecting it from outsiders. Why would the tests be made for them? I misspoke. We are part of the test, in simpler terms. Who is Archon? Who is Archon? Who is Archon? What is Antelio? Say nothing. Who is Archon? The Geiken are committed to studying the subject of the ethereal presence found outside of this world, not mythic lore and conjecture. Then you won't have any issues if I simply answer their questions. Fine, but after this, I don't want this subject brought up again. Perrin. Yes. What? Say nothing. Yes. Archon and Antelio cannot be discussed without first detailing the reason they exist in our terms beforehand. I've heard your recent exploit into the volcano up north. Therefore, I must assume you met with Hitrana. And based on that inference, I must therefore assume Hitrana brought to your attention the very subject I am about to impart to you. Go on. That fact alone brings it to light that this is no myth. The Geiken are convinced of. This is no myth as the Geiken are convinced of. The Geiken. The Geiken. Finally we learned of the Geiken. Stories of apocalypse and the end of the world are not without merit in every case. Here is no different. Kalpas upon kalpas have ended and restarted in honor of not malice or pettiness, but simple ignorance of the facts that came before. You may have noticed that the world seems a bit off. 4 entities born out of a conglomerate of prismatic influence, dissuaded by the forces of the empty void that made up our known universe. They, like any divine being of lore, gave themselves identification and purpose. AIs, perhaps? Are these perhaps AIs? Or something, I don't know. The 4 goddesses, the creation of our world. But, with anything of color and light, nature decrees, there by absence, a negation of itself. A natural creature born without fear of evil in its heart, fall into isolation, due purely because of its own existence, a fate given to those unlucky few. It knew no pain, as suffering is meaningless without the context of bliss. But, perhaps, aware of its injustice, it was still a creature that desired liberty, and so, through rage, it begat life. You may have surmised at this point that the life of the tortured creature began unnamed, but over time was given its nomination. Of course, I speak of them, the Geiken. Traveling across a bridge of absence, the Geiken are bringers of destruction, death, and the unknown. Forever they are bound there, patient in their incentive. Apocalypse is the bringer of this world's destruction alone. Our worlds would suffer a magnitude unlike anything that can be conceived by the mortal mind. Only through upsetting the natural causes of this world can it be called, manifested in a form many can recognize as their death, as obviously, following destruction, nothing can survive. Possibly more subtle than undoubtedly still ostensible, doom heralds the world's death. Through willing sacrifice, the form chosen will represent the decay of the soul, and the world will die. With no life, destruction is sure to follow. Ooh, that looks like an elder god of some sort. Very ominous looking. Separate, they will end the world. Together, they may offset each other. But inevitability is absolutely tied to their name. When brought to our world as a pair, their rage will meet and force the twins to engage in hostility that will outright uproot the very culture and society. That is, however, unless a single being that is capable of ending their eternal quarrel decides to interfere. The Cold Rod, with his legion of monstrosities cultivated from the bridge of absence itself, he may walk through both worlds, seeking to end the atrocities the first two will commit. Of course, ignorance, as I said, always played a part in this exchange. Formless, the third Geiken can only appear once the Cold Rod and its two siblings are united within a single world. The trifecta acts as a gateway. We know it as Exodus, and we know the Cold Rod as Archon. None knew exactly what the coming of Exodus entails, but it is theorized that the Colruyt himself must enter the Bridge of Absence to begin the summoning. It is also theorized that the other Geiken can only begin their ceremony to enter our world with the express permission of the Colruyt. This is why, if you haven't guessed by now, I wish to find Archon and stop all of this from happening. Why is it considered a myth? The entire concept is preposterous. The Grey God is a form without emotion. The Geiken could only have been formed with rage, and rage is an emotion. It's impossible. Our responsibility is to the study of the meaning behind the Great God's imprisonment, and we alone must judge and feel rage on his behalf. Archon was a naive scholar who believed he could save the world by naming himself the Chosen One. You're the ones personifying the creature by giving it a name and gender. Once again, since you are also adamant about this being a ghost story, why do you care whether or not I pursue it with an outsider? How does Antelio fit in it? Throughout his life, an Archon recorded every encounter he had with creatures from the bridge. This collection is housed within Antelio. What about Myra and Jack? I had heard about what happened to Inhiola. Alknarov was there, correct? He is a part of the Legion. If he was responsible for your friend's disappearance, then I'm afraid they might have been taken to the Bridge of Absence. Why? There are additional theories that more theories. Do you see what I mean? They claim Exodus can be summoned without the need for the cold rod, or if he is unavailable. The Legion will need to be consumed. And before that, the Legion itself will need to consume enough of our world to be offered. So what does that mean for them? Normally, no mortal would be able to step within the bridge without it taking their lives, let alone be able to touch anything within. However, I am willing to believe they are placed within suspended animation until the time comes. And what makes you believe that? Gut feeling. But that does not mean our time is indefinite. We need to enter Antelio and find out where Archon is. Meet me outside. It kind of looks like we are... Are we one of the Geiken? Or are we the Grey God? The Grey God. We have grey eyes for some reason. So are we the Grey God or something like that? And it seems like we are there, connected. But they want to disconnect us and kill us, maybe. Interesting. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. But for now, I think we shall take a break. If you enjoyed the video, like I did enjoy playing this game, and if you want to see more, then don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more videos, which will come, definitely, because this game is very interesting. And I see you next time. Bye bye.